Should we allow tax dollars to fund private school scholarships?
That is a really good question and a hot topic right now. So, the Nebraska Constitution requires that we provide free education to individuals aged 5 through 21. And as part of that requirement, the public schools are held to standards and regulations across the board. And we indiscriminately admit students, regardless of their race, religion, sexual orientation, economic class, etc. Private schools are not held to the same standard. Private schools are allowed to set admission standards of their own, and they do not have to adhere to those regulations that the public schools have. And that's fine. We want that for them. We want the private schools to have their own set of regulations. But what that means is that they cannot then take public tax dollars to fund those schools. And the bill that was passed recently allows for public tax dollars to be funneled into the private school systems through a scheme that refunds people based on the donations that they give to the private school system. I believe this is unconstitutional. I believe that it's going to be challenged. And I think that's going to cost taxpayer money to fight those challenges. I also know that the public has expressed their concern with this bill. They did not want it to pass at the time. It had massive amounts of opposition, and it was pushed through anyway. And I think when you do that, there's a problem in government. Now, Nebraska has a unicameral, and it only has one house, right? Just one chamber. And so we often refer to the public as our second chamber, or second house. And so I think this ballot initiative is our second house speaking up and governing for us. And I think that's great. I think the age of the ballot initiative is on the rise, and we're going to see a lot of changes enacted by the public.